Now, hey guys, hello, good evening everyone. Now, hey guys, yes, I'm here also. Am I clearly audible? Yeah. So as we all know, we are here for the Java Essential Bootcamp for that is for 3 days. Um, yeah, that is for 3 days, and I'm. This is me, Anna from LetsUpgrade, and I'm here to tell you about how to mark your attendance and get your certificate. Which and so let me share my screen first. Yeah, my screen is visible. Voice is lagging. Hello, my screen is visible, guys. Yeah. So from here, in the description box, you can see our link. There's only one link for everything from where you can download your certificate, mark attendance, and submit the assignment and all everything. So here, first you have to enroll yourself. Yeah. So after enrolling, you can see here the yeah. So guys, one second. Yeah. So after enrolling yourself, okay, guys, one second. Guys, so now it's not possible for me to mark the attendance, but from here you can see that there is mark attendance toggle, and you can mark from there uh, the attendance that is for 3 days, and then you have to reload your page. There you can see the progress bar and and if you mark all the triggers assignment attendance and submit the assignment, that progress bar will increase, and if you have above 50% that progress, then you can get your certificate on the last day after the session is over. So sorry, this bootcamp is over. And also we have Java and DSA program, Java and DSA program, and also web development. If you're interested in any, then you can uh, fill the link. And so we have expert developer, that is uh, Abhishek sir here, who will teach you the Java bootcamp. So hi sir, hello, how are you?
Uh, Hello. Hi, Anam. I think there is some lag in your voice. It is not clear. Yeah,
Hello.
give me 2 minutes.
So actually yeah, I think there's some issue. So sir, can you
Yeah.
tell the students again that how to mark the
Mhm.
attendance through the link and all?
Yeah. Like will tell them again. Okay. So thank you, Anam. Okay. Like I think there is some network issue from your side. So I will tell them again all the thing. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you, great.
Yeah. Great. Good evening, everyone. Can you
Yeah.
guys write in the chat if my voice is audible to everyone? Please write in the chat. Okay. Hello everyone. Yeah, I am audible, right? Yeah, so there was some lag from Anam side, so that's why I think you're not able to understand most of the instruction. So let me first, okay, tell you all the steps. What is this bootcamp all about, and what you are going to learn in this bootcamp? How you are able to mark the attendance? Okay. So give me 1 minute. Yeah, right. Let me share my screen. Okay. Yeah. So my screen is visible, right? So this is guys 3 day boot camp, okay? And you are going to learn about the essentials about the Java. What is this variable? What is this data type? How Java is able to achieve platform independency and how the data is getting stored behind the scene. Okay. And you are going to learn about the control statement, that is your if else, for loop, while loop, do while loop. And after that, we are going to do a lot of different problems related to the control statement. And after that, on day 3, we have the project part that we are going to implement in day 3. Okay. And apart from that, we have class and objects also that we are going to discuss about what is this class, what is this object, and yeah, how we can take input from the user in Java. So all these things are there. And apart from that, there are like how we can start with the data structure algorithm. Okay, what all steps we have to keep in our mind while solving any problem statement. So all these things we are going to learn in this bootcamp essentials. Okay, so this is a brief about the essential program. And after that, you can see my screen here, right? So here you can see the options, right? So here is the option for the attendance. So you can go to this link, that is the attendance part, right? And on the attendance, you have to log in, right? Let me log in, right? Okay. Sir, what is it? Okay, multi. Yeah. Okay. And one more thing, guys, if my voice is lagging or if there is any background noise from my side or anything, you can write in the comment. Okay. So here you have to go to this link, and you will be like like in this interface. And here you can see the button, right? The mark attendance button, right? You have to click on this button, and you can see this UI, right? You have to go to this UI, and if you are liking the session, you can rate the session out of 10. And if you are interested in our full stack and Java DSA program, you can click on this link, right? And after that, if you have any suggestions, you can click on this part, right? And after that, you can submit the attendance. And submitting the attendance is very important, because if you are not submitting the attendance, you will not get the certificate after day 3, right? So your attendance should be more than 50% in order to get the certificate. At the same time, you have to submit the assignment that we will be giving you on day 2 and day 3, right? And here you can see, guys, here we are having one modal that is here on my screen. And here you can see we are having our Java and DSA program that are going to start from 25th May, right? That is after 10 days. And you can click on this link, okay, and you will be directed to this interface, right? And here you can see the USP of our program, what we are going to learn in this Java and DSA program, right? So this will be 3 month live training program, where you are going to tackle with 120 plus with 100 plus problem statement. And these problem statements are the most frequently asked question in the interview. And at the same time, these statement will build you the pattern, right? So there is a pattern related to array, related to your DP, related to the graph, related to the tree, linked list. So you have different data structure, and each data structures have some patterns, right? And most of the questions are repeated. So it is like if you are able to analyze the pattern, then you are good to go. You are good to sit in any interview. You are good to clear any interview, right? So you can enroll in this program. Here you can see the batch starting from 25th May 2023. Okay, and here the USP is what? Here you can see it is like after 6 months, if you are not getting placed from our program, then the money will get refunded in your bank account, right? So it is a win-win situation for you because you are getting the structured code, you are getting the community where you can ask the doubt, where you can build the networks, okay, in order to get a better job search. And we are also providing the 100% placement guarantee program, right? So you can take the advantage of this program, okay, that is starting from 25th May, and this is the duration, the eligibility criteria, and the fees. The fees is very minimal, that is 5,900 rupees, and in this fees, you are getting 100% job guarantee, right? And here you can see who all got placed from our DSA program that are having 10 LPA package, like most of them are having 10 LPA package here, right? So here, and after that you can get you are getting the certificate also, and here you can see what all you are going to learn in this interview accelerator program, that is the oops concept, JDBC, SQL, DSA, IntelliJ, and we have the Java one, right? And if you will scroll down here, you can see who all are going to teach you this essentials, that is having more than 5 to 7 years of experience, right, in the industry. They are going to share you the industry knowledge, what all are in demand in the industry, right? And at the same time you are having 3 mock interview also, that is conducted by the working professional, as well as you are getting the uh, mentorship on the daily basis. If you are facing any problem in the resume building or any problem related to the career or anything, okay, there will be a mentorship session where you can take that session and ask the doubt to your mentor, right? So this is a very good program and you can enroll in this program if you are willing to do, right? So this is a small introduction about the program. If you have any doubt, you can write in the chat, right? So this is about the program, and here you can see the option for the certificate also, guys. So you will get the certificate after day 3, right? So you have to click on this link and you will get the certificate, and here you can see the option for the assignments. You will get the assignment from day 2 and day 3, right? So today is our basic class, that is the basic data type class. So we are going to learn about this part, right? Everyone is clear till this point? Yes or no, please write in the chat, right? Okay, so let me introduce myself till that point. So, guys, I'm Abhishek, and like I'm taking this bootcamp essential session on YouTube for Let's Upgrade, right? And currently I'm working for Indian Railways, and I'm having 4 years of experience, okay, in the IT field. And yeah, I have like a good command of the data structure algorithm, and I will try to share that knowledge in this basic essential that I am facing at that time when I'm the complete beginner, and like I have to start with the Java, right? Then what all problem I faced and how I can tackle, like how I tackle those problem and how I build the problem solving skills. Okay, so I will try to like cover all this part in this 3 day essential. Okay, everyone. So guys, can you introduce yourself? Please write in the chat, guys. Okay. So Akshat is saying ki hey, he is doing pursuing BCA. Great. About Java and DSA course. Infotech. What you are asking about the Java and DSA course? Please write in the chat, guys. What all, like from where you are, and like you are pursuing BTech or any other degree, and like what is your aim in order to join, like you are attending this bootcamp essential, right? So what is your end goal? You want to be a part of the IT industry, you want to clear interview, or you are complete beginner and want to learn DSA? Everyone, please try to interact. Yeah, pursuing BTech. Akash is pursuing BTech. Great. So which year, Akash? So we will be starting our session at 6:25. Okay. Till that time, you can like introduce yourself. Sachin is doing Android developer. Okay, Sachin, I have also started with the mobile development. Okay, using React Native. Yeah. So pursuing BTech second year, complete beginner and want to learn a full stack developer. Okay, great. Third year. My aim is to go to cybersecurity, and now I am doing. Okay, great. What about others? I can see 77 of you are there, right? Okay, you have finished MCA. right? So guys, you are complete beginner. Okay, who all are complete beginner and who all knows about something about Java, right? BTech second year. Yogesh is BTech second year. Great. Okay, so those who are like pursuing BTech or like BCA, right, or similar degrees, and those who are in the first and second year, so they are like at the very correct point. You can say, ki yeah, you are starting, so you have to like continue this part. Okay, so you are serious. That's why you are there in the program, right? So you have to follow a structured course. Okay, you can take this Java DSA course, and if you are not taking this course also, then also you like try to do a problem on the daily basis. Okay, try to build your problem solving skills. Complete beginner. Great, great. Tech first year in NIT, Turkey, CSE, want to do DSA. Okay, so I will share you the roadmap also in this bootcamp essentials, right? How you can start with the DSA part, right? So let's start the session, right, guys? Guys, anything you know about Java? What is Java? Why Java is in demand? Okay, Aman, try like attend these 3 day session and you will be clear with most of the thing, right? Okay, great. So let's start our session, guys, right? It is already 6:20. So let's start our session. Wants to be a part of the data analyst, okay? So yeah. Java is platform independent language. So I'm getting one keyword from Infotech, that is Java is what? It is platform independent language. Anyone else? Platform independent language. Okay. To pursue Java development and learn in detail about Java. Okay. Java can be used to develop Android application. Java is highly advanced programming language. Okay. Anything else like uh, it is machine independent. It is machine independent. You can say it is platform independent, right? Oops, right? So Java is based on object-oriented programming, right? Okay. So guys, what is this platform independent? So I'm able to see two keywords. That is what Java is what? It is platform independent language, and the second is what? It is OOPS, right? So in 1990s, like C and C++ are already in the market, right? 1990s, C and C++ are already in the market. Then why programmer have introduced Java? Okay, that was the main point, right? So what happened in 1990s when C and C++ was there? So the main, like you can say the main disadvantage of C and C++ are what? It is platform dependent, right? Platform dependent. At that time, they wanted a language that is platform independent. Okay, that is platform independent. So what is the meaning of platform dependent and what is the meaning of platform independent? Let's try to understand that part first, right? So what happened here? Yeah. So here we have platform, right? Platform. And platform means, guys, you have the operating system and the hardware, right? So in your machine, you have what? You have the operating system, and we have beside the operating system, you have what? You have the hardware, right? Hardware. That is your processor and all thing, right? So these two things contributes to a platform, right? These two things contributes to a platform. So let's try to understand why C and C++ are platform dependent, and after that we will move to the platform independent part, right? So C and C++, why it is platform independent, right? Platform independent. Okay. Sorry, not platform independent, it is platform dependent, right? Yeah. So let's take the example of Akshat, right? Akshat is here, and Akshat got an assignment in his college, right? That is, he has to build a calculator app using C and C++, right? He has to build a calculator app using C and C++, and this is his system, and he used C++ to build the app. Okay, he used C++ to build the app, and first what he will do, he will write the source code, right? Source code means he will write the program in C++, right? And let's assume the file is calculator, okay, and every file has some extension. For C++, the extension is cpp. Okay, for if you are saving the audio file, you are having the extension as .mp3, right? Similarly, if you are saving pictures, you are having the extension as .jpg, .png, right? Similarly, C++ source code, C++ file has the extension calculator.cpp. This is the extension we have to use. Similarly, for C, the extension is what? .c. Similarly, for Java, the extension is what? .java. So Akshat wrote some code in C++. Okay, and what is the functionality of this code? It is creating a calculator for Akshat, right? And after that, what Akshat will do? Akshat will compile the code. This is a source code that will be compiled by the compiler. Okay, we have the compiler here. And compiler will do what? Compiler will check the syntax of the source code. Whether Akshat is following the correct syntax of the C++ language or not, whether Akshat is following the correct rule of that language or not, right? Rule of that language or not. So in C++, in C, the compiler we use is min.gw compiler. And compiler is nothing but it is a program that is developed by the programmer. And the task of compiler is what? It checks the syntax, it checks the rule of the language. And after checking all the things, compiler will convert this source code to machine level code that is in 0 and 1 format, right? Machine code, okay, that is .exe file, okay, and this .exe file will be executed by the processor and you will get some output on the output screen. Everyone is clear till this point? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Okay, so we have the source code that is written in C++ language. Okay, that source code is compiled by the compiler, and the compiler will check the syntax, semantics of that language, and after that compiler will convert the source code to the machine code, right? And that machine code will be run by the processor and we are getting some output on the output screen, right? Okay, so source code, like why we are writing the source code? Because source codes contain English word, right? It contains arithmetic operations, right? It contains plus minus. So this source code is easy to understand by the human. Easy to understand by human. That's why we have different languages, that is C, C++, Java, that is understandable by human, right? So we have written some source code that is compiled by the compiler and our machine, our computer understand 0 and 1. So that's why compiler is converting our source code to the machine code, that is the executable file, and we are getting some output on the output screen. So Akshat has created one software, right? This is what? This is the software, right? Software. That is the calculator software, right? Okay. So now Akshat say ki, hey, I have created this calculator software and I want to share this executable file to my friends. Okay, to my friend. Let's assume the friend name is Suresh. Okay, Suresh is here, and Suresh is having what? Suresh is having Mac. Okay, and there is one more friend that is Akash. Akash is having, let's assume, Linux, right? And there is one more friend that is okay, Ganesh, right? And Ganesh is having what? Ganesh is having, one minute. Yeah, Ganesh is having what? Ganesh is having Windows. And Akshat has compiled this source code. Akshat has compiled this source code on the window machine. Okay, on the window machine, and the processor that is installed in Akshat machine is, let's assume, processor A, right? Processor A. Okay. After that, here we have Mac, and let's assume the processor is X. Processor for Linux is what? Y. And processor for Windows is what? Z. Okay, like this. Okay, so what happened? And here, let's assume there is one more friend that is, okay, 1 minute, guys. Sorry. So there is one more friend. Let's assume here we have, okay, Rajesh, right? Rajesh. And Rajesh is having window, and the processor is what? The processor is processor A. Processor A. So Akshat wants to share his code to, okay, to Mac, to Akash, okay, that is having Linux, to Ganesh, that is having Windows, and the processor is Z, right? And to Rajesh, that is having Windows, and the processor is what? A, right, everyone? So what will happen? The moment Akshat will try to share the code, it will not, like, it will get it will give some error or some different output on Mac. Okay, so it will not perform the correct execution on Mac. Similarly, if Akshat will share this executable file to Akash, again it will not give the correct output, or it will give some error on Linux. Okay, similarly, Akshat will then share the code to Ganesh, that is on Windows and is having processor Z. Again, there will be some error and he will get some, okay, random output, right? So what we are going, like, what we are able to observe here. So when we are having different platform is what? Your operating system, that is your Mac, and your processor and the hardware. So here you can see the hardware is what? The processor is what? X. And here Akshat has run the code on processor A, right, and is having the operating system as Windows. So when you are having different operating system and different processor, your code will not run. Okay, your code will not run. And here for Rajesh system, Rajesh is having what? Rajesh is having Windows and is having the same processor, that is having the same configuration, same platform as Akshat. Then only the code, the executable file will run on Raj's system. So that is the meaning of platform dependent. Okay. So what is platform dependent? That is, if you are trying to run the executable file on different platform, okay, it will not run. So this is the main disadvantage of C and C++. That is they are platform dependent, right? Dependent. Everyone is clear with platform dependent? Anyone has any doubt in this part? Please write in the chat, guys. Okay. What is the meaning of platform dependent, and why C and C++ are platform dependent language? Anyone from the audience? Please write in the chat, guys. Okay. Clear? So now we have Java, right? So how Java is able to achieve platform independency, right? So what happened in Java? Again, here we have the source code. Okay, we have the source code that is written in Java. Let's assume the file is what? .java, and this is calculator, right? This time the source code will be compiled by the compiler, and this time the compiler is what? Java C compiler. Okay, Java C compiler. Naveen, platform consists of processor and operating system. You can say the platform consists of operating system and the hardware. Okay, and hardware consists of like processor and everything else, right? So like I am giving you the high level overview of platform. Okay, so here we are having the source code that is compiled by the compiler, and compiler will check the syntax. Compiler will check the rule of that language, and if everything is correct, compiler will convert the source code to the dot class file. This time we are getting dot class file from the compiler, and this dot class file will contain byte code. Byte code means encrypted code. encrypted code here. Okay, so we have this encrypted code, that is a byte code, and the name of the file is what? Dot class file, right? And now what happened? We have different machine. That is one machine I have, that is Linux. Okay, one machine I have, that is Mac, and one machine I have, that is Windows, right? And this program we are running on Windows. So the moment, so what will happen here? In order to achieve platform independency, we install a virtual machine on the top of the platform, and that virtual machine is what? Java virtual machine. So we install Java virtual machine on the top of the platform. Similarly, on Mac system also we install what? JVM, that is Java virtual machine on the top of the platform. And similarly on the Windows machine we install what? JVM on the top of the platform. And what is this Java virtual machine? We are going to discuss in a few moments, right everyone? So till that point, what happens? You can understand like this. Here you have the platform, this one, right? You have the platform, and on the top of the platform we install JVM, right everyone? Similarly here also you have the Mac platform, and on the top of the platform we are installing a virtual machine, that is JVM, right? And similarly here also, okay, here also JVM. So we have the bytecode and we have installed JVM on the top of the machine, right? And the moment, so what will happen here? This dot class file will be taken as input by the JVM, and JVM will take the dot class file, load the dot class file, and after loading the dot class file, JVM will execute the dot class file line by line and convert the dot class file to the executable code, that is to the machine code, executable code. And that executable code will be run by the processor, and we will get some output on the output screen. Similarly here also we have the bytecode. This bytecode will be taken as input by the JVM will load the bytecode. Okay, after loading the bytecode, what will happen? It will convert the bytecode to the machine level code, and that machine level code will be executed by the platform, right everyone? So here you can see, with the help of the bytecode and with the help of the JVM, we are able to achieve platform independency in Java. Platform independency in Java. Okay, everyone is clear till this point? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Do you need a same version of JVM on all different platform? Okay, so like JVM we are okay. Let's take the Akash doubt. Okay, so like JVM, we can also install MinGW on other platforms. So what is the difference? Okay, so give me 1 minute, okay, guys. Let me put the charger first, okay, and after that I will resolve the doubt. So here Akash has one doubt, that is Akash is saying ki hey, we are installing MinGW. Similarly, okay. So 1 minute. Let me take the doubt first, right? Sir, like JVM, we can also install MinGW or other platforms. So what is the difference, right? So here, Akash, you are saying ki hey, like MinGW is what? It is a compiler, Akash, right? Compiler. It is acting as a compiler, and the task of compiler is what? It checks the syntax and the rule of the language and convert the source code to the machine code, right? So that is a task of the compiler. Okay, so you are like and JVM is different. Okay, JVM is different. It is acting as an interpreter, right? It is acting as an interpreter, and here the task of JVM is what? It is taking the dot class file. Okay, dot class file. It is taking the dot class file and loading the dot class file, and after loading the dot class file, what it is doing? It is executing the dot class file line by line, line by line. So here it is acting as a interpreter. Inter Akash, now the doubt is clear. Please write in the chat if it is clear. Yeah. Do you need same version of JVM on all different? Uh, Naveen, when you are installing the JVM, it will be like the stable version will get installed. Okay, so you don't have to take care of what kind of version you have to install. Okay. So what is meant by JVM? Okay, I will come to this point also. Like, please be patient. Till that time, like till this time, everyone is clear. What is like how the execution happen in Java and how Java is able to achieve platform independency. That is, we learn about this JVM that I will going to like that I will be going to discuss in the few minutes, right? What do you mean by rule? A rule of the language. That is, let's assume there is a syntax system dot out. Okay, or let's take one example. That is, Naveen, if you know about the variable part. So what happens here in Java? In order to store decimal, right? We have two options: whether to use float data type or to use double data type. Okay, by default in Java, okay, by default in Java, decimal values are what? It is double. Okay, so this is what? This is a rule of the language. Okay, this is a rule of the language. And you will see, like, if we will not take care of the rule of the language, we will get some error also. Yeah, Naveen, MinGW is a compiler and JVM is an interpreter. And in Java, we have Java C compiler. Okay, we have Java C compiler. Sir, why JDK has removed some feature in new version? Okay, that Akshat, I have to see like why that thing has happened, right? Okay, Naveen, now it is clear, right? Okay, great. So we are clear with the execution. Okay, execution flow of Java. And everyone is having some doubt in the JVM part, right? What is this JVM and how JVM is able to achieve everything, right? Yeah, yes or no? Please write in the chat, guys. So let's try to understand that part also. So what we are doing, we are having we are writing the source code, right? So let's try to understand that part also. We are writing the source code. So where we will write the source code? We need some editor, right? We need some editor or we need some IDE, editor or some IDE. So you can use any editor, you can use any IDE of your choice. For this course, like for this 3 days initial, we are using Visual Studio Code. Okay, and you can use IntelliJ, you can use Eclipse, you can use NetBeans. It is up to you, right, everyone? So here we are using Visual Studio Code where we can write the source code. After that, what we have learned? We learned about the compiler. Okay, that is Java C compiler. So we need a Java C compiler in our system. And after that, we learned about JVM, right? So we need a JVM in our system, right, everyone? So in order to install this Java C compiler and in order to install this JVM, right, we need to install the package, right? We need to install a JDK. So we have a JDK concept, that is Java Development Kit. Okay, Java Development Kit. Java Development Kit. So you can understand like this: ki we have a whole folder. Okay, this folder is what? This folder is my JDK. Okay, and inside this JDK, what we have? We have guys. We have compiler. That compiler we are talking about, which compiler? Java C compiler. We have Java C compiler. We have some debuggers to debug the code, right? Similarly, we have some Java doc file. Okay, so here you have to just focus on the compiler. That is, when we are installing JDK, the moment we will get the Java C compiler. Plus, we are having a Java runtime environment also, right? And inside this JRE, we have JVM, okay, plus some class libraries, right? Libraries. So we have three terms here, that is JDK, JRE, and JVM, right, everyone? So what we are doing, we are saying ki here we have to install a compiler, that is Java C compiler, and that Java C compiler is present inside JDK, right? And we have to install JVM, and that JVM is present inside JDK. Inside JDK we have JRE, and inside JRE we have this JVM present, right? So JDK is what? Java Development Kit. JRE is what? Java Runtime Environment. JVM is what? Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so JDK, like the purpose of JDK is what? Here you can write the purpose of JDK. So JDK provides the environment to develop and run Java application. To develop and run Java application here, guys, right? Okay. So if you have to develop and at the same time you have to run the Java application, you have to install the whole package, that is JDK. Okay. Inside the whole package, you are getting the compiler and you are getting the virtual machine also, that is JVM, right? And after that, you have the concept of JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment. And Java Runtime Environments provides the environment to run just run the Java application. Okay. So if you have to just run the Java application, you have to just install the JRE, right? So let's take one example. Okay. Here, let's take the example of Akshat. So here we have Akshat and here we have Suresh, right? So Akshat, here we have Akshat, right? And Akshat wants to develop and run, that is execute the calculator project using Java. So he needs to install JDK. That is a whole package, right? Because JDK provides the environment to develop and run the program. And this run, how we can achieve? With the help of JRE, right? And this development part, how we can achieve? We have to compile the source code, right? In order to check whether we are getting error or not. So we need to install the whole package, that is JDK. Okay. Similarly, Suresh is here, and after developing and running the program, Akshat is saying ki, hey, I will just send you the executable code. That is the byte code I will send you. Okay. So Akshat will send the byte code to the Suresh, and Suresh just wants to run the code. Okay. So Suresh has two options. Either he can install the whole JDK package or he can just install JRE, right? Because here JRE is providing the environment to just run the application, and JDK is also doing the same thing. Just it is giving us the good advantage, that is it is providing us the environment to develop and run the application. Everyone is clear with what is JDK and what is JRE? So after that we have JVM, right? We have JVM, and JVM is responsible to run the Java program line by line. Run Java program line by line. Okay, everyone is clear? Please write in the chat, guys. So in this, I'm going to be recorded and delivered to view. Yeah, it will be recorded, right? Everyone is clear till this point. So what you have to do, guys? If I will open here, 1 minute. Let me open this one, right? So here, JDK download, right? Open this part, and here you can see. So here you can see for Linux, for Mac OS, and for Windows, right? From here you can install the version, that is for Windows. I will install this x64 installer, right? Click on this part and it will get installed in your system, right? So the moment it will get installed, what you have to do? Okay, you have to extract the file, and after extracting the file, you have to go to the local disk C, right? And inside C, here you can see, guys, program files, right? Open the program files. Inside the program files, go to the Java folder, right? So here, guys, you can see Java folder also, right? Okay, this folder. So open this folder, Java folder, and if you have extracted the JDK, okay, this will be here, right? JDK. Open this JDK. After that, open the bin, and here you will see the path. copy this path, click on this link and copy this path. And after copying this path, what you have to do, you have to set the environment variable. So click on edit the system environment variable. Okay, after that click on the environment variable. Here you can see the button, right? The environment variable, click on this button. And after that you have to click on the path, click edit, and after this click on new, right? And in the new you have to save the path, that is C program files Java JDK, and inside JDK you have bin, right? And after doing that part you have to click on OK, and click on OK, and you are done with the part, right? Yeah, so you have successfully set the environment variable, you have successfully done the JDK environment variable setup path, right? Everyone is clear till this point? Please write in the chat. Okay. And similarly, what you can do, you can install the Visual Studio Code. It is simple. What you have to do, you have to go to the Google and you have to type Visual Studio Code download. Okay. And you can download the Visual Studio Code from here, right? That is for Mac, Linux, and Windows. You can download the Visual Studio Code from here, right? Here you can see, right, everyone? So I have already installed that thing, so I'm not installing again. So you can download that part, and it is very simple process. You have to just click on next, 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 and it will get downloaded, right, everyone? After that, yeah, after that, what you have to do? Let's open the Visual Studio Code, right? And file, new window, yeah. So here you can see this interface, right? You will see this kind of interface. After that, what you have to do, create a folder, right? I'm creating a folder on the desktop, that is new folder. And here what I will do, I will write the name of the folder, that is Java Bootcamp, right? And what you have to do, you have to navigate to this folder, right? So click on file, that is here on the navigation bar. Here you can see on the top left corner, right, the file, and inside the file open folder and go to the desktop. So on the desktop I have the folder, that is Java Bootcamp, right? Click on this folder, select this folder, and you are inside this folder now, right? And after that click on yes, I trust the author. Sir, we are not, you are not getting my voice. 1 minute, let me see. Hello, hello, hello. Guys, I'm audible. Let me check the mic. Hello, hello, hello. I think I'm audible, right? Guys, can you write in the chat if I'm audible or not? I can hear, right? Keshav, try to refresh your screen, right? Yeah. Okay. So we are here, and we are inside what? We are inside Java Bootcamp, that folder that I've created on the desktop, right? And after that, you have to click on the file icon. That is here. You can see the file icon, right? And here you can write first dot Java. That is, I have created a file. The name of the file is what? First dot Java, right, everyone? And after that, here you have to write the code. Okay. So what I will do, here I will write some code, right? I will write some code. So before writing the code, let's discuss one more concept, that is why Java is object oriented programming, right? And after that we will be discussing about the code part, right? So guys, oops, so anyone, what is object, what is class? Anyone from the audience, please write in the chat, what is class and what is object? Okay, great. Class and object, guys. Object is a reference, it is an okay, object is a reference. Then what is a class? Anyone from the audience? Is JVM enough to run dot class file? Yes. Class is a collection of object. Okay. So let's take one example and let's try to understand that part, right? Naveen is here, right? So Naveen got a lottery, right? Naveen got a lottery here, and he got a 1 crore lottery, and he want to build a house, right? He want to build a house. Okay. In simple language, what Naveen will do here? In order to build a house, what Naveen will do? Okay, Naveen has already bought the land. Okay, so Naveen will go to which person, guys? Please write in the chat. In order to build a house, Naveen will go to which person? He will go to the class is a collection. Okay, great. Need a plan of the house, right? Correct. Correct. He will go to the architecture, right? Architecture. And architecture will do what? Architecture will create the blueprint of the house. Okay, in simple language, blueprint of the house. And this blueprint will contain what? Okay, house is what? You can understand house as an idea. Okay, blueprint of the house, or it is an idea, right? Or let's don't confuse this part, right? So architecture, that is blueprint of the house. And this blueprint will contain what? It will contain the properties of the house, and it will contain the functionality of the house, right everyone? Okay, that is let's assume the what all property we have. Okay, 4 BHK, 4 bedroom, 2 floor, okay, 1 swimming pool, right? So these all are what? These all are properties of the house, right? And what all functionality we have? Let's assume the functionality is what? Automatic door, automatic door, okay. Like this, we have some functionality of the house, right? So Naveen will go to the architecture and he will discuss about the blueprint of the house, and the architecture will create the blueprint for the house, right? After that, Naveen will go to the builder, right? And builder with their team, what they will do? They will construct the house for Naveen, right? Let's assume this is a house, okay, that got constructed, and Naveen is very happy. We have this house, right? Constructed house, and Naveen will go to the house, and Naveen can access the properties and functionality of the house. Properties and functionality of house, right everyone? So now, in programming world, this Naveen is a client. Okay, in programming world, this Naveen is what? A client. Client come with the requirement to the programmer. Okay, here architecture is what? The programmer, and programmer will create the blueprint, okay, for the requirement of the client. Okay, and that blueprint will contains the properties and functionality, and this property in programming world is called data member, and this functionality in programming world is called member function. Okay, and this blueprint of the house, this blueprint is called what? Class. Okay, so class is what? Class is a blueprint of an object, and that blueprint defines the properties, that is the data member, and functionality, that is the member function of the object, right everyone? After that, Naveen is able to access the property and functionality of the house, that is this part, the house that got created. This is the object. Object is a real world entity, okay, and with the help of the real world entity, you can access the properties and functionalities that are defined inside a class. Okay, again, what is object? Object is a real world entity that with the help of which you can access the properties and functionality of a class, right everyone? So everyone is clear what is a class? Class is a blueprint, okay, that defines the data member and member function of an object, and object is a real world entity with the help of which you can access the properties and functionality that are defined inside a class. And this builder, okay, who is creating the object, this is done by the JVM. Okay, This is done by the JVM. Everyone is clear? Please write in the chat. Okay, what is class? What is object? Okay, who is creating the object behind the scene? Okay, this happened behind the scene. That is, JVM is creating the object behind the scene. Anyone has any doubt? Please write in the chat. Clear? So shall we move to the code now? Okay. So like this is a very brief, like there are a lot to cover in the class and object. Okay, I'm giving you the brief understanding of class and object with the help of the real world example. Okay, everyone. So this is about the brief understanding of class and object. So if anyone in the interview, if anyone will ask about class and object, you can tell them with the help of this example. Okay. So this one, and after that, what you have to do in order to create a class, you have to write the class keyword. And let me increase the font size, right? Yeah. So here, after that, after running this program, I will tell you like how the JVM behind the scene is executing the code, right? How the JVM is taking the class file, loading the class file, and what happens behind the scene the moment you run the code, right? So here we have class keyword, and after that you have to write the name of the class. Okay, always try to write the name of the class same as the file name. So here the file name is what? First, right? So first, and after that curly bracket, that is open and close curly bracket, and inside this you have to write the main method, right? Main method is a method from where the execution will start. So we have a prototype, that is public static void main. Okay, and inside this we have one parameter, that is string. Okay, let me first write the code, right? String args, and after that here I will return nothing, and here I will print. So in order to print something on the output screen, you have to use system.out.println, right? And here, in order to print any English statement on the output screen, you have to use double quotes inside this println method, right? And here you will write hello world, right? So this one, and let's save the code. So here guys, on the left hand side, you can see only one file, that is first.java. So you have one file on the left hand side, that is first.java, right everyone? After that, yeah, after that what you will do, click on the terminal, that is here. Okay, open the terminal, and here what you will do, yeah, so now you have to you have to compile the source code, right? You have to compile the source code. So what you have done, what we have learned till now, we have the source code, that is this source code. Okay, that is written inside first.java file. And now we have to compile the source code. So in order to compile the source code, we will use the command, that is java c, and after that the name of the file, that is first.java. Okay. So here you can see the moment I have compiled the source code, compiler will check the syntax, compiler will check the semantics, so compiler will check the rules of that language, and after that compiler will convert the source code to the .class file. Here you can see on the left hand side we have a new file that is generated, that is first.class. And if I will try to open this .class file, here you will see this is a encrypted file. Okay everyone, this is what? This is a encrypted file. Yeah, everyone is clear to this point. So we got the bytecode, right? That is the .class file, and now I have to run the .class file on the top of the JVM. So in order to run that thing, what you have to do, you have to write java, and after that the name of the class file. Here the name of the class file is what? First, right? So I will write the name of the class file, that is first here. And the moment I will hit on the enter button, you can see we are getting hello world on the output screen, right everyone? We are getting what? We are getting hello world on the output screen. Okay, so what we have learned till now, let me again give you the brief understanding, right? So what we have done, so we have a source code that we have written inside the Visual Studio Code, right? Source code that is first dot Java, and after that we have compiled the source code, and compiler has generated the bytecode that is dot class file, first dot class file. And in order to compile the source code, what we have written, we have written Java C, and after that the name of the file, that is first dot Java, right? And after that we are running this bytecode on the top of the JVM, right? This is the JVM here, right? This is the JVM, and in order to run that part, what we have done, we have written Java, and after that the name of the class file, that is first. Okay, so this JVM will take the dot class file. Okay, now pay attention to this part, right? This part. So here we have the JVM. JVM will take the dot class file. Okay, dot class file, and inside the JVM. Okay, let's open this JVM wala part, right? So this is my JVM. Okay, JVM. And inside the JVM, we have something called class loader. Okay, we have a class loader subsystem. Class loader subsystem. And what it will do, it is used to take the dot class file. Okay, dot class file, and it will load the dot class file. Okay, and in order to load the dot class file, this class loader subsystem requires some memory. So we have some memory area. Okay, inside the JVM we have some memory area, that is, one area is method area. Okay, one area is heap area, and one area is stack area. And similarly, we have two more area, that is PC register, and we have native method stack, right? This one. So we have to focus on these three parts, that is method area, heap area, and stack area. So what we have done, we have the source code that is compiled by the compiler using Java C command, and we got the dot class file that is loaded on the JVM with the help of which command? Java command. And what dot class file will do? Dot class file will be taken by the class loader subsystem, and class loader subsystem will load the dot class file. And this class loader subsystem will load the class file in the method area. Okay, everyone, in the method area. So we have three area, that is method area, heap area, and stack area. So method area is what? Method area is used to load the dot class file and static variable, right? So we have the concept of variable which we are going to learn after this concept, right? And after method area we have this heap area and stack area. Heap area is responsible to store object related information, that is object and its instance variable, its instance variable, right? And we have stack area. Stack area is responsible for storing what, guys? Stack area is responsible for storing what? Stack area is responsible for storing local variables. Okay, so we have different variables, that is static variables, okay, instance variables, and local variable. So you have to just keep in mind the object and the instance variable related information is stored inside the heap area. Okay, dot class file will get loaded in the method area. Okay, and stack area is responsible to load local variable. Everyone is clear till this point, or everything is going above the head? Please write in the chat, guys. Okay, yes or no? So what we have discussed till now, everything is clear or everything is going over the head? Okay, great. Okay, so it is simple, right? So what is happening? We are having the dot class file and it is taken by the class loader subsystem, and class loader system is loading the dot class file in the method area. Okay, and we have different areas. We have to focus on the method area, heap area, and stack area. Method area is responsible for loading the dot class file and static variables. Heap area is responsible for loading the instance variable, and stack area is responsible for loading the local variables. Okay, we have different kind of variables which we are going to discuss in the upcoming session or today itself, right? After that, after loading the dot class file, we have the execution engine. Okay, we have the execution engine. Okay, and the execution engine is responsible to run the loaded class file line by line. So this execution engine is responsible to run the loaded dot class file line by line. Okay, this is a simple workflow, and there are other thing also, that is you have uh, Java native interface. Okay, okay, so you have Java native interface also, which we are not talking about in this session. Okay, everyone, but till this point everyone is clear what JVM is doing behind the scene. Okay, how JVM is loading the class file and how JVM is executing the class file line by line. So inside JVM we have class loader subsystem that is responsible to load the dot class file in the method area, and we have execution engine that is responsible to run the loaded class file line by line. Okay, this is a takeaway I want to like tell you with this diagram. Yeah, please write in the chat if it is clear. Okay, yes or no, guys? So till this point, we are clear with class, we are clear with object, we are clear with the JDK, JVM, okay, JRE, and compiler part. And yeah, we have written a simple program that is public static void main, and yeah, this program that is hello world program, right? So in this class file, what is happening? Why we are writing public static void main, right? Let's try to understand that part also, right? So we have the concept of public static void main here, right? So we have class file, class first, and inside class first we have what? We have public static void main, right? Void main string args, and here we have written some code, right? So inside the class file, we have this prototype, and this prototype is the entry point of the execution. That is, from this point, execution will start. Entry point of execution. Okay, from this point, execution will, guys, start. After that, we have public, we have static keyword, we have void, we have main. Main is the name of the method. Okay, name of the method. Okay, let's try to understand that part also. So 1 minute. So here, guys, we are when we are taking the example of class and object. Okay, when we are taking the example of Naveen is able to access the properties. Naveen is able to access the functionality when the object is created. Okay, and who is creating the object? JVM behind the scene is creating the object. So what all takeaway we are taking from this diagram? That is, okay, Naveen, okay, with the help of object, with the help of object, can access the properties and functionality of a class, right, everyone? Properties and functionality of a class, right? So in order to access the properties and functionality of a class, you have to create an object. This is the first takeaway. Okay, takeaway one. And the takeaway two is what? Who is responsible for creating the object? JVM is responsible for creating the object. Responsible for creating the object. Okay, this is the second takeaway. And the third takeaway is what? Public static void main is the entry point of the execution. Entry point of execution, right? So this is a very important point. So here we are saying ki hey, this one, right? This one. So we have the JVM. JVM is sitting here. Okay, JVM is nothing but a program that is written by the programmer, and this JVM is doing some task, right? So here inside the JVM, this prototype is configured, right? That is public static. Okay, here we have some line of code inside the JVM, right? And inside the JVM, we have this public static void main. Okay, void main void main. So the moment you will run the code, JVM will search for this prototype in the code. In the whole code, JVM will search for this prototype. JVM will say, ki, hey, I will start the execution only when I will get this prototype, public static void main. So public static void main is present here. So JVM will say, ki, hey, I will start the execution from this point. From this point. That's why here I am writing public, so that I can call the main method from anywhere. This is the first point. To call the main method from anywhere. Call the main method by JVM from anywhere. That's why we are writing the access modifier as public. Okay, we are not writing as private or protected, right? If we are writing as private, then what will happen? JVM will not be able to call this public static void main, right, everyone? So that's why it is important to call the public static void main by the JVM from anywhere, because this is the entry point of the execution. After that we have void. Void means return nothing. Return nothing. Return nothing. And main is the name of the method that is configured inside JVM. Okay, so if I will write about main, main is a method name configured inside JVM, right, everyone? Inside JVM. And after that we have the static keyword, right, everyone? After that we have the static keyword. Why we are using the static keyword? Anyone from the audience, why we are using the static keyword? Please write in the chat if you know anything. So guys, here if you will see these 3 points, okay, I have written 3 points, right? Yeah, these 3 points. The first point is what? In order to access the properties and functionality of a class, we have to create the object. And who is responsible for creating the object? JVM is responsible for creating the object. And in order to create the object, JVM has to run some line of code, right, everyone? In order to create the object, JVM has to run some line of code. And there is one more point, that is public static void main is the entry point of the execution. Before this point, JVM has not executed any line of the code. This is a very important takeaway, right, everyone? So if I will move to this part, that is this one. Okay, yeah, this one. So here also this this is what? This is the method, and this is a method of which class? It is a method of class first. And in order to access any method, in order to access any data member, in order to access any member function, we have to use object, right? With the help of the object, we can access the data member and member function of a class. Okay, so assume this is Naveen. JVM is Naveen here, and Naveen wants to access the properties of the house. And in order to access the property of the house, Naveen has to Naveen has to use object. Okay, and who is responsible for creating the object? The JVM is responsible for creating the object. So here the point number 2 and point number 3 are contradicting, right? JVM is saying ki, hey, since I have not executed any line of the code, how I will create the object? And point number 1 is saying what? Point number 1 is saying ki, hey, in order to call the method, you have to use the object of the class, right, everyone? So in order to deal with this situation, we have to use static keyword. So we have to use static keyword, and static keyword is giving us the power. What power? It is giving us the power that is without creating the object, without creating object, we can access, okay, we can access properties and functionality of a class, properties and functionality of a class, right, everyone? So there is a problem, right? What problem? JVM is saying ki, hey, I am responsible to create the object, but I have not executed any line of the code. How I will create the object? Okay, and according to the rule of OOFs, with the help of the object only, you can access the method and property of a class. So here the point number 1 and point number 2 are contradicting, right? So in order to remove the conflict, we are using the static keyword. Right, everyone? Please write in the chat if it is clear till this point. Yes or no? Or you are getting confused? Please write in the chat, guys. Please give the feedback. Okay, you are not able to understand, or everything is clear, or I'm making the thing more complicated. Anything, guys? Please write in the chat. Clear? Everyone? Clear? And we have string argument, and this is acting as a command line argument, right? So let's try to print this one. Okay, this is an array. Okay, this is an array, and here array of string. So if I have to print the value, if you know something about array, then this is a way to access the element at 0 index, right? So if I will save the code, and let's clear the screen and compile the code again. Okay, and this time let's run the code, that is this one. And here you can see when I'm running the code, that is Java first, and after that whatever thing I will write, that thing will be stored inside the argument array, right? So if I will write let's upgrade, let's upgrade, right? So let's see that part. So here you can see what we are getting. We are getting let's upgrade printed on the output screen, right? Yeah. So everyone is clear with the command line argument. Static is used by JVM. Okay, Naveen has one like point, that is static is used by JVM since object is not yet created. Therefore, static removes the conflict of JVM to continue the execution. Correct, correct, Naveen. Yeah. So this is about class and object, and this is about public static void main. Anyone has any doubt till this point? Please write in the chat. Okay. Anything you are not able to understand, or like I'm not able to explain anything, guys. Okay. So I can see like a 20% drop in the live audience. Okay. Match is starting. That's why everyone is like waiting for the IPL or what? Okay. Clarify use of JRE. Okay. You can understand like this. Okay, Naveen, ki it is just providing the environment to run the Java code, right? Inside the JRE, you have a JVM. Okay, the main part is JVM, right? So that part is clear, right, Naveen? Static one more time. Okay, static one more time. So here, rule of Java is saying what? Rule of Java is saying ki hey, Java, or you can say oops, is saying what? It is saying ki hey, in order to access the member function, in order to access the data member, okay, of a class, okay, you have to create the object, and with the help of the object you can access the member function and data member of a class. Okay, this is a rule of Java, or oops. Okay, we have public static void main, and public static void main is saying what? I am the entry point of the execution. Entry point of execution. Okay, and who is responsible for creating the object? JVM is responsible for creating the object, right? So we have 3 points here. Okay, so, and one more thing, this public static void main is called by what? It is called by JVM. Inside JVM we have public static void main configured, right everyone? So JVM is responsible to call public static void main, right everyone? And in order to call any method, in order to call any method, rule of Java is saying what? Hey, you have to create the object. And JVM is saying, hey, I am the person who is creating the object. And since I have not executed any line of the code, how I will create the object? Okay. And in order to run any line of the code, I have to start from public static void main. Okay, so in order to remove this conflict, we are using static keyword. So without creating the object, JVM can call this public static void main. Now, Akshat, it is clear? Okay, please write in the chat if it is clear, Akshat. Let's take the example of, okay, you're not able to, okay, so let's understand this GRE part also, right? So if I have to differentiate between JDK and GRE, like what JDK and GRE is doing here, you can understand like this. Naveen, you got a project, okay, in your college, and that project is what? You have to build a calculator. Let's assume you have to build a calculator. So what you have done, you have created a calculator in your system, that is in your Windows system. You have created the calculator project, and in order to in order to develop the calculator project, you need JDK, because inside JDK you have the compiler and the other library. That is, JDK is responsible to provide the environment to develop and run Java application. Okay, you want to develop also and you want to run also. So that's why you are installing JDK. Clear till this point? After that, let's assume here is your teacher, and teacher is saying ki, hey Naveen, what I want the dot class file. I don't want the whole code. Okay, I just want the dot class file. So teacher is having what? Teacher is having, let's assume, Mac. So Naveen, what you will do? You will take the drive, okay, pen drive. You will copy the dot class file, that is dot class file, in the pen drive, right? And after that, you will install that, like you will upload that dot class file in the teacher machine, and you will tell the teacher ki, hey teacher, you just want to run the code, you just want to run the Java application. So you have two options. You have two options. The first option is what? You can install JDK, the whole JDK, and this whole JDK will provide you the benefit of developing and running the Java application. Or if you just want to run the Java application, you can just install JRE. That can also do the trick for you, because you want to just run the Java application. So here JRE is providing the environment to run the Java application. Now Naveen, it is clear? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Okay. Anyone else? Like 53 people are there and only Naveen and Akshat is asking doubt. What about others? Please ask, right? The more you will ask, the more like the concept will be clear, right? So let's move to the next topic now, right? That is variable. Okay. Guys, anyone from the audience, what is a variable? Okay. Why we need a variable? Okay, let's first discuss about the concept, that is why we need a variable. And what is this variable? Anyone? Okay, waiting for your answer, guys. Please write in the chat. Try to make the session more interactive, right? Because if I will teach for 2 hours, you will feel sleepy, right? And this 6 to 8 timing is what? From 7:30, like IPL is going to start, and most of the audience will leave the live session, right? Okay, so try to answer, right? So Naveen is saying container for holding number string primitive values. It is like to define the name. Variable is used to store the data. Okay, great. So here we need a variable to store value of different data types. Okay, it is a type of container which is used to store the data. Okay, so like most of you are saying ki, hey, it is used to store the data, right? Variable is used to store the data. Used to store the data. Used to store location of a memory. No, 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 Praveen. It is not used to store location of a memory. Okay. Okay, you don't watch IPL. Okay, that's why you are more concentrated here, right? So okay, so this is the first part. That is variable is what? It is a named memory location. Named memory location. And why we are giving a name to a memory location? So that in that memory location we can store data, right? And guys, why we are storing the data? Anyone from the audience? Why we are storing the data? Okay, we are storing the data so that we can reuse the data again and again in the program. Okay, so this is the idea of a variable. That is, variable is what? It is a named memory location which is used to store the data, and that storage is what? Why we are storing the data? So that we can reuse the data again and again. Right, everyone? So we have different kind of variables. Uh, that is, we have different kind of data, not variables. We have different kind of data. That is integer data, character data, right? So let's try to discuss one by one. Okay. So let's try to discuss about the integer part, right? So what we have? We have the data 10, and I want to store the data 10 in the container. And after that, what I want to perform a plus operation on this data 10. That is addition. I want to add 2 to the data 10, and I want to perform the subtraction also. That is, I want to subtract 5 from the data 10, and I want to perform multiplication operation. That is, I want to multiply 2 with the data 10, right, everyone? So what I need here, you can do three like, if you don't know about the variable, what you will do, you will take 10. Okay, first you will do the addition operation. After that, again you will take 10 and you will do the subtraction operation. Again you will take 10 and you will do the multiplication operation, right, everyone? So what you are using, you are repeating the data, you are repeating the value, right? You are not reusing the code. Okay, you are not doing the smart work, right? You are doing the hard work, right? So what you have to do, in order to do that part, first store the data somewhere, right? And that somewhere is what? Your memory, right? And in order to store the data, you have to write the data type, and you have to write the name of the variable, this. So this is the syntax of declaration of a variable. Declaration of variable. And after that, let's try to store this part, right? If I have to store this data 10, this data 10 is what? Integer kind of data, right? And if I have to store integer kind of data, the data type is what? Int. Here I have to use int data type. After that, I have to write the name of the variable. Let's assume the name of the variable is what? Num. So I have declared a variable, and this int num will do a lot of things behind the scene that we are going to learn in a few moments, right? So this is int num, and after that, what I will do, I will write num is equal to 10, right? So this is what? This is a declaration of a variable. This is a initialization of a variable. Initialization and declaration, right? You can write these two lines in one line also. That is, int num is equal to 10. That is, you are declaring the variable and you are initializing at the same time, right? This is declaration and initialization at the same time. So let's try to write this line again. Int num is equal to 10, right? So the moment this line will get executed, what will happen, guys, right? So this is your memory, right? This is your memory, and in this memory, what will happen? This data type will provide us a good amount of information. The first information this data type provides us is about what kind of data we can store inside the computer memory. What kind of data we can store inside computer memory, right? This is the first information that is we are getting from the data type. The second information we are getting from the data type is what will be the size of the container, size of the memory. Okay, size of the memory. And the third information we are getting is about the range. From what particular range to what particular range I can store the data inside the container. Right, everyone? So we are getting three kind of information from the data type int. Right, everyone? So the moment this line will get executed, that is int num is equal to 10. What will happen? For int, okay, here. For int, what kind of data we can store? Integer kind of data we can store inside the computer memory. Size of the memory for int 4 byte will get allocated to this num variable. Okay, and there is some range also that we are going to discuss in the upcoming session, right, everyone? So you can see the range part from the table on the Google. Okay, everyone. So we have the integer and this is 4 byte. Byte is what? Byte is what, guys? It is like the unit. Okay, in order to measure the distance, you have kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meter, right, everyone? Similarly, if you have to store the if you have to measure the storage of a memory, you have byte. 1 byte is equal to 8 bit. Okay, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So here we have how many byte? We have 4 byte that will get allocated to the variable num. So the moment this line will get executed, 4 byte, 4 free memory byte will get allocated to this variable num. Okay, like this, to this, right? And this memory block will have some address also assigned to it, right? And here let's assume the address is 700, 701, 702, 703, 704, and one block is equal to 1 byte. So here we have four block, so 4 block means 4 byte, right, everyone? And after that we have the data 10. This data 10 will get converted to the binary format. Okay, this data 10 will get converted to the binary format, that is in 0 and 1 format, because our computer understand 0 and 1, right, everyone? Our computer understand what? It understand 0 and 1. So the data 10 will get converted to the binary format, and that binary format information will be stored in this container, right? So we have three format, that is the data that is stored inside the memory is in binary format. Okay. The second information is what? The data which we are using is in decimal format. Okay. And this address is in hexadecimal format. Okay. Hexadecimal format. Everyone is clear till this point? Please write in the chat, guys. Okay. Anyone has any doubt? Like anything you have to ask till this point? How like the data is stored behind the scene for int data type? Integer is a whole number. You can say like integer. You can say decimal format value. Okay, I mean. Anyone has any doubt? You have 2 minutes. You can ask any doubt till this point. Okay. No one from the audience. No one. Great. So it is clear, right? What is this hexadecimal format, guys? If you are clear with the concept, then what is this hexadecimal format? Anyone from the audience? And what is this decimal format and what is this binary format? Okay. Okay, let's try to understand that part also, right? So guys, we have three format, that is a binary format. Binary format means what? Any number that is constructed using the digit 0 and 1. That is called the binary format number, right? That is 0, 1, 1, 0 like this. This is a binary format number. If I will talk about the decimal format number, then the decimal format number is what, guys? It is any number that is constructed using the digit from 0 to 9. That number is called a decimal format number. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what? This is a decimal format number. And hexadecimal format number is what? Any number that is constructed using the digit from 0 to 15. That number is called hexadecimal number. From 0 to 9, we have simple digit, and 10 is represented as A, 11 is represented as B, 12 is represented as C, 13 is represented as D, 14 is represented as E, and 15 is represented as F, right? So we have this one, right? So let's assume 1, 2, AF. This is what? Hexadecimal format, right, everyone? Yes or no? Yeah. So, Akshat, I am not going to discuss about the range part in this session. If I have time in the upcoming session, there I will discuss, because it will take the session like it will be too theoretical, and like most of the audience will get bored, right? So, if we have the time in future, I will discuss about the range part, right, Akshat? So, this is about this one, right? And now we have the character, right? So if I have to store character value, what I will use? I will use the data type char. After that, I have to write the name of the data, like name of the variable, that is ch, and in the single quotes, I have to write a single character. This is a very important point. We have to write a single character, that is a, okay, like this, in single quotes, single quotes. Right, everyone? So we have different character, that is from A to Z, that is lowercase letter. We have from capital A to Z, that is uppercase letter. If I have to represent a digit as a character, I have to include that digit in a single quote, that is 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can represent a digit as a character if I am including the digit as a in a single quote, and that digit should be a single digit, right, everyone? Similarly, we have special symbols, okay, that is at the rate, question mark. These all things we can represent as a character like this, right? So this character, first information we are getting is about what kind of data we can store. So here we can store character kind of data. The second information we are getting, that is, here character occupies 2 byte inside the computer memory, right, everyone? Character occupies 2 byte inside the computer memory. Everyone is clear? And what happened? So if I will write like this, char ch is equal to a. So what happened behind the scene, guys? Okay, we have the character data, and this character data will get converted to the ASCII code from the ASCII table. Okay, we have the ASCII table. From that ASCII table, for this character, we have the corresponding code, right? That is 97. So we are getting the ASCII code, and this ASCII code will get converted to the binary format. Okay, will get converted to the binary format, that is 0, 1 format, right? And the character occupies how many byte? It occupies 2 byte. So this binary format data will get stored behind the scene in the memory like this. Okay, so we have 2 byte. Okay, the name of the memory is what? Ch, and let's assume this is 800, 801, 802. So this binary format data will get stored here, right, everyone? This is a flow of character. Everyone is clear? Yes or no? Okay, Joseph, if it is clear, please write in the chat what will be the output of this question. Okay, please write in the chat. Okay, let's see. Okay, like too much theory, right? But I have to discuss the theory, because if I will not discuss the theory, then most of the concept will be missed, right? So now I will not discuss the theory for the remaining 20 minutes, right? So here int num is equal to 10. Oh, let's take one example, that is yeah, char ch is equal to a, And after that we have int num is equal to ch. Guys, can you write in the chat what output I will get if I will print this one, that is system dot out dot println, and here we have num, right everyone? So what output I will get, please write in the chat. Let's see. If you are getting the output, then it means the okay, everything is clear to this point, right? So Joseph, can you write in the chat what output I will get? CH 97, okay. Patel is saying 97, Naveen is saying error. So different like 97. So those who are saying 97, guys, like who is converting this character value to a decimal value? Please write in the chat, okay? It is like Patel is saying and Lakshman is saying, right? So they are saying 97. Joseph, why 97? Please write in the chat. Okay, let's try to run the code and after that we will see like why we are getting this output, right? Uh, Run the code. So in order to run the code, compile the code, clear the screen, and after that, this one, right? So we are getting 97, right? But what we are doing here, guys, we are having a character data and we are storing that character data in a int num, right? Int num variable. But why we are getting 97? Why we are not getting a? Does JRE convert CH? No. 97, which is a sky value of a. Who is doing that thing? 97 for sky. Okay, let's try to understand that part. So here we have what? Int, sorry, we have char ch is equal to a, right? Int num is equal to ch, right? This one. 2 point we have written. So the moment this line will get executed, what will happen, guys? The moment this line will get executed, what will happen? We have 2 byte in the computer memory. Let's assume this one, and let's assume the address is what? 800, 801, 802, right everyone? After that, this a will get converted to what? To the decimal format, that is the sky code, and the sky code of a is what? 97, right everyone? And after that, this 97 will get converted to the binary format. Let's assume the binary format is 0110101, this one, right? So this is a binary format and this data will be stored here, right everyone? This data will be stored here. After that, we will move to next line, that is int num is equal to ch. Okay, int num is equal to ch. So here ch is what? Num is what? Num is 4 byte container, right? Num is 4 byte container, 700, 701, 702, 703, 704, and this is num. And what we are doing, we are taking the data of ch, okay, ch container, and we are transferring that data to the num container, right? Right everyone? So what data will get transferred? This byte code will get transferred, right? This binary code will get transferred, that is 0110 will get stored here. 011010 will be stored in the container, right? After that, when we are trying to print num value, okay, what will happen? My system will go to the num container. Inside the num container, it will read the 4 byte, and what is written inside the 4 byte, it will take that 4 byte, and inside this, what is written? This 0110100. This is stored inside the num container. So this data we will get, and since the data type of num is integer, so this data will get converted to the integer format. So we are getting integer data here, right everyone? We are getting integer data here. Yes or no? Okay, so till this point, I have not told you who is doing this kind of conversion. Okay, I have one more question, and after that, I will tell you who is doing this kind of conversion, right? Can you guys tell me what output I will get now? Okay, if you got the clear idea, then char ch is equal to num. Okay, now what output I will get? Please write in the chat. JVM means Java Virtual Machine. This correct? No, JVM is not doing this kind of conversion. Okay. Okay. This time everyone is saying A97. Okay. Okay, guys. It is like in order to cut the tree, you have to sharpen the X, right? So that 1 hour 30 minutes is like the theory, and that theory is like sharpening the X. So those who have like paid attention to that part, then they can answer this question. Okay. Now we are cutting the tree, right? No, memory will not convert. Yeah. A. So let's try to see like what output I will get now. This one, compile the code. So the moment I compile the code, okay, let's try to clear the screen and again run the compile the code. So the moment I compiled the code, I got the error. Okay, I got the error. Why I got the error? Let's try to understand what error I'm getting. I'm getting incompatible type, that is possible loosey conversion from int to char, right? That is char ch is equal to num and possible loosey conversion from int to char. Let's try to understand that part. So here we have two scenarios, right? The first scenario is what? We have char ch is equal to a and int num is equal to ch. This is the first scenario, and in this scenario we are getting the output, right? And we have the second scenario, that is int num is equal to 97 and char ch is equal to num. And in this scenario we are not getting the output, right? We are not getting the output, we are getting compile time error. Compile time error, right everyone? So let's try to understand that part. So here char ch is what, guys? If you will try to understand how much byte char ch will take, it will take 2 byte. And here int num will take how many byte? It will take 4 byte. So you can understand like this, you have two bucket, that is 2 liter bucket and 4 liter bucket, right? 2 liter bucket and 4 liter bucket, and you can replace this liter with byte, right everyone? You can replace this liter with byte. And what is happening? The moment the first line will get executed, what is happening? You have some data, you have some water in this 2 liter bucket. Okay, after that what you are doing, you are transferring the water from this 2 liter bucket to this 4 liter container, and the name of this bucket is what? Ch. And the name of this bucket is what? Num, right? And what you are doing at this line, you are taking the water and you are transferring this water in this container. Can you guys write in the chat, is there any loss of data? Okay, according to you, if I will do this kind of stunt at my home, is there any loss of water? Please write in the chat. Okay, let's see. Is there any loss of water if I will do this kind of stunt? Okay, no answer from the audience. Why? Simple question. I have a 2 liter bucket and I have 4 liter bucket, right? And there is some water in the 2 liter bucket, and I'm transferring the water from 2 liter bucket to the 4 liter container, right? So there will be any loss of water? Definitely not, right? So here there is no probability of loss of water, right? This one, no probability of loss of data, right? And when there is no probability of loss of data, my compiler will say ki, hey programmer, I will do this kind of conversion. Okay, I will do this kind of conversion because there is no probability of loss of data, and since there is no probability of loss of data, I will do this kind of conversion behind the scene. And since compiler is doing this kind of conversion behind the scene, this kind of conversion is called implicit kind of conversion or implicit type casting. Okay, everyone? This is called implicit typecasting. So this is the first scenario where we don't have to do anything. Our compiler will do behind the scene this kind of conversion. So what is the takeaway? Okay, so what is the takeaway for the implicit type conversion? Implicit type conversion or typecasting? It is done by the compiler, right? The second point is what? Okay, this kind of conversion happens when there is no, like there is zero probability of loss of data, no probability. Okay, zero probability of loss of data, uh, loss of data. And when this kind of conversion will happen, when you are trying to transfer the data from smaller data type container, okay, from smaller data type container to a larger data type container, right? Larger data type container, right? So when you are performing this kind of stunt, there will be zero probability of loss of data, and when there is no loss of data, my compiler will do this kind of conversion behind the scene, and that's why it is called implicit type of conversion, right, everyone? So this is the first takeaway. The second takeaway is what? Why we are getting error in this case. Let's try to understand. So this time we have 4-liter container and we have 2-liter container, right? We have 2-liter container and the name of the container is num here and the name of the container is ch here. And this time let's assume some water is stored. Let's assume 3 liter of water is stored. Okay, I'm just taking a real life example, but like this it is not happening behind the scene. There are a lot of processing that is happening behind the scene. Okay, everyone? So there is 3 liter of water, and when I will try to store, like when I will try to transfer this 3 liter of water to this 2 liter of container, what will happen? There will be 2 liter of water stored, but the remaining 1 liter of water will be overflowed. Okay, the remaining 1 liter of water will be overflowed. So here there is a chance of loss of data, chance of loss of data. And when there is a chance of loss of data, then my compiler will say ki, hey, I will not do this kind of conversion. Okay, I will not do this kind of conversion. Compiler is saying ki, hey programmer, since you are performing this kind of stunt where there is a loss of data and this loss of data can cause some, okay, some you can say, okay, you can write like this ki, hey, it can cause some random behavior, right? Yeah, it can cause some random behavior in the program. Why? Because there is a chance of loss of data that can cause some random behavior in the program, and since programmer you are doing this kind of stunt, so you have to take care of this kind of conversion, right? So here in this case, in explicit typecasting, okay, explicit typecasting, programmer has to typecast this part. I will tell you how we will do this part. Okay, the second point is what? When we are trying to transfer the data from larger data type container to a smaller data type container, then there is a probability of loss of data, and my compiler will not take care of this kind of conversion, and that's why it is throwing error. Okay, throwing compile time error. And why it is throwing? Because compiler is saying ki, hey, there will be some random behavior because there is a loss of data. Okay, and I will not take care of this kind of conversion, and in order to tackle this compile time error, programmer has to explicitly typecast the data. And how the programmer will do? Programmer has to go to the code, and in the code where he is doing this kind of stunt, okay, here at line number 5. Here, programmer is trying to convert the integer data to the character data. So at this point, he will use the round bracket as prefix, and inside the round bracket, he will write char. Okay, because he wants the integer data in the character format. So he will write char here and he will save the code. Okay, let's try to run the code. So here, compile the code, and this time you can see the moment you have compiled the code, you are not getting any error, right everyone? And if you will run the code, that is Java first, and you can see you are getting A as output, right everyone? You are getting A as output on the output screen, right? So here we are not having any loss of data, right? But if you will increase the value, that is 1097, okay, this is out of range of character. If I will search for the Java data type, right, this one. So here guys, you can see we have the character data type. Okay, we have the character data type, and for the character data type, here you can see the range, right? That is, the range is from 0 to 255. Okay, the moment you will try to exceed the range, let's assume here I have taken the value that is 1097, that is out of the range of this char, right? So the moment I will save the code and run the code, you will see like there will be some loss of data. Here you can see, clear the screen. Okay, clear the screen, and after that if I will run the code, so here you can see guys, I am getting output, but I am getting some garbage value here, some random output here, that is question mark I am getting here, right everyone? So we are getting some output, but we are getting some random behavior because there is a loss of data. Everyone is clear till this point? What is implicit type conversion, what is this explicit type conversion? Integer, character, how the data is getting stored for integer variable and for character variable. Yes or no guys, please write in the chat. And this is all for today's session guys. If you have any doubt, you can write in the chat till that point. Okay, and in the tomorrow session we are going to learn about the control statement, and we are going to take some good examples. Okay, because today is like the theory, I have to like clear the theory, so it is like a bit theoretical session today, but tomorrow we will be like the more practical and less theoretical, right? Yeah. Help me God to understand Java. Uh, okay, guys. Till this point, everyone is clear? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Yeah, if it is clear, yes or no. Any doubt you have, anything you have to ask related to anything. The timing for tomorrow, it will be again 7 to 9. And yeah, till that time, like you have to mark the attendance, guys. Okay, from the description. In the description section you can mark the attendance, and you can check this course that is going to start from 25th May 2023, and you can take the advantage of this course. Okay, it is up to you if you want the structured course, and if you want like to learn the patterns of the DSA. Okay, you have to get the good grasp on the DSA, you can enroll in this course also, right? So anything else guys, please write in the chat. We have 5 minutes, okay, and after that we will be ending the session, right? Anything you have to ask? Okay, till that time guys, you can rate the session out of 5 in the chat. Okay, according to that I will try to improve my like teaching style in the next session. Sir, make question I have to ask, so I sir, some question I have to ask, so I so, sir, can I ask on social media to you? Actually, it is like it is not possible for me to share the social media link, right? According to the Let's Upgrade policy. So, what you can do, actually, is like you can mail the Let's Upgrade team, and if it is possible, I will contact you there, right? Where is the data conversion happening? अरे यार नवीन, ऐसा मत बोलो यार. Where is the data conversion is happening? यहाँ बताओ, please see this part, right? So here, if I will write 97, right? So what? 97 is what? Integer data, right? 97 is what? Integer data, right? And what I'm doing? I'm storing the integer data in a container. And if I'm printing the value, this integer data is getting converted to the character data. You can see, right? This one. So here conversion is happening, right? Yeah, you can see A. So we are trying to store integer data, but we are getting a character data. So there is some conversion happening, right? I mean, is there any attendance or something? So, yeah, try to mark the attendance. Okay, I've told you that part also. So in order to mark the attendance, here you can see the attendance link, right? So go to this link, and from this link you can mark the attendance. This one, right? This one. That is mark attendance, right? Suggest out of 10. Like if you have any recommendation to your friend, you can give the rating. If you are interested in our Java and DSA program or full stack web development program, and in order to get the good understanding of full stack web development program, you can go to the description, and in the description you can find the link. Okay, we don't have the link in the description. So what you can do, you can go to the portal itself, that is a Let's Upgrade site, and from there you can get the link of the full stack web development program also, right? So from here you can mark the attendance. If you have any suggestions, you can submit here, right? Anything else you asked? Yes, and storing and give that type of conversion, right? Is there any? Okay, storing the data, right? Anything else related to what we have discussed till now, and related to anything like in the upcoming session, or like anything you have to ask, right? Your YouTube channel, please. Yeah, this is my YouTube channel, right? Not my YouTube channel. Just I am like teaching here. Like this is not like I'm teaching just as a bootcamp essential program here, but like my role is like I teach in the DSA program in the Let's Upgrade, right? So that was the main role. Yeah. So guys, what is the main use case of Java? Naveen, like the main use case is what? It is like a lot of use case you have in the industry, right? Most of the applications, most of the microservices, and most of the backend work are developed in Java, right? Most of the application you see, right? Like the banking applications, or you go to the bank, right? There you see the banking applications, right? That manages the bank account and all. So most of the client, that is a Citibank, and you have SBI Bank. So like most of the bank uses are the software that are built in Java itself, right? So you have a vast application of Java in the backend department, okay, and yeah, and apart from that, like there's a huge demand of Java in the market since now also, right? Okay, so we are having recessions going on, and in this recession period also, if you will see, you will get the most of the job related to Java itself. So you are currently not eligible for the attendance showing to me. Okay, try to mark the attendance. Okay, I don't know like why in my case it is not showing the attendance, but in your case it will show, right? Can you please tell the concept for upcoming classes? It will be the this one. I also forgot. Yeah, we have the control statement, and we have the class and object, how we can create the object, right? And after that we have one problem solving sessions, where we will be seeing about why problem solving is important, why observations and why time complexity play a very important role. Okay, and after that we have the project part, right? And if we have time left, we will be exploring some other part of the Java also, right? So how to apply for attendance? You can go to the link and you can apply for the attendance here, right, in the description link. What is the highest salary for full stack development? It depends on person to person, Gopal. Like the good skills you have, the better you have command on the language on the full stack part, the good salary you will get there, right? So it varies. Like you can get 4 LPA to you can get 1 crore also, right? Okay, it depends on person to person, right? Focus on the learning, and yeah, you will get the best. Okay, Gopal. Okay, so guys, thank you everyone for attending the session. Okay, have a great night. Thank you.